Hello, and welcome to part 9 of the Hardcore Valheim run. We are today here at the Forsaken Altar spawn, so world spawn. As you can see, no map up here in the corner. No portals are allowed, so it has been a very interesting thing to do. So on our last stream, it was just a quick exploration, really. Not really doing anything too exciting on the last stream. Uh, just kind of a little building. I finished off a little bit in this house here. So I added the wall, added the roof, added the crafting benches. So I got my stone oven and my preparation table here, which is nice because now I have some lox pie. And, well, that's really the only decent food that I have. I wouldn't mind making some bread dough, some raw fish, but I have some fish wraps, but I have very limited barley flour at the moment. So maybe what I'll do is I'll take this pathway, or not this pathway, I will take this, my way towards where I think I'm going to want to head towards some Mistlands, and I will maybe stop by my plains farm and hope that I had planted some barley, and if not, I'm going to get some more planted. But just need one moment because I am just going to share a link to my stream here on my socials. That would be at dbsteiger on Twitter/X. Alright, so I have now set up my come watch and join the chat message. So I'm going to dump what I can that I don't need, take what I can, what I might need. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. Drop. Maybe I'll just take a whole bunch of foodstuffs. What do I need to make frost arrows again? I think I might have all the stuff I need. Not much of it, but I think I do. Frost arrows. Wood, obsidian, feathers, and freeze gland. So wood. Oh, there's some obsidian. Perfect. Wood. I just had feathers on me, and I dropped them in the other chest, but I did have a whole bunch in here at one point, but I must have used them all, which is unfortunate. But in the meantime, oh, it looks like a storm starting. That's always fun. Grab the freeze glands out of the food chests. What else can I grab? I should probably grab some carrots and some onions as well, and turnips. That way I can plant those when I get to where I'm going. If I need to make multiple trips, I guess I'm just going to have to do that. I really hope that it doesn't come to that, however. I'll take all this with me. And yeah, I'm going to go put something down real quick just so that I have some space for making the frost arrows. Let's go toss those in there. Don't have enough to make the full stack. Oh, I got up to 74, so that's not too bad. So I guess now, now I can grab that food back up. See if there's anything that I can maybe store in the boats. It is pretty full already, though. All with the stuff that I do not want to be without. Okay, I think I'm pretty close to having everything that I want to be bringing with me. I'm going to leave some of these freeze glands behind, because I don't really think I need that many. wolf jerky. I should probably make, or wolf skewers, sorry, I should probably make a few more of those. Oh, come on. Come on. You never have this much problem even in a storm. What's going on here? Maybe if I just extend this out a little bit. This is the first time I haven't been able to get this to stay lit. Oh man, so it's so it's staying below that one, but it's not staying below the other. Maybe now? Come on. Ah. Well, I guess I'll just have to go to sleep. Well, not really. I guess I can always make another set of all of this. Oh, good lord, it's level 4 station 2. One sec here, I seem to be having some issues on the stream. I'm not sure if it's working. My OBS is acting a little weird, saying that we're offline. Not offline, just laggy. There we go. For some reason it was trying to pull stats from a previous stream, which just, it's not going to work. Okay, so, got all that. What else should I bring with me? Maybe some more health foods, because I don't have a whole heck of a lot of them. Some black soup, maybe. Yeah, I got a full stack of black soup. Might as well go with that. Stacking a bit, actually. So I'll eat that, and eat the milkshake, just so I have the stamina right now. That's more important, I think. Let's see. So yeah, I'm not going to be too concerned with waiting for nice weather. I am going to get dried off and fully rested though. But I'm not going to be too concerned with waiting for the nice weather, because that's just not really that, doesn't matter when I'm going to be spending a lot of time sailing. Come on. Be rested. Comfort level 9. Come on. Come on. Come. Anytime now. There we go. Oh, I should probably fill up that stack of wood that I have with me. That way I can build crafting benches and things. Oh, that's not the right side. This is the right side. Which is for once facing the right way, because I decided to make sure that I did that. Nice. Spin her around. So I want to head this way, which is to the east. I've done this part of the trip many, many times. I might hit the sandbar. Nope, just missed it. Perfect. So now early game, if you've watched any of my previous, like the earlier streams, most of my time I would spend taking this immediate right up here, because that leads me to my Black Forest base, which also leads me to an area where I can run across a narrow bit of land on the continent to be able to reach some of the other areas that I was in. But now that I'm using the long ship that's got a pretty full storage, I'm not doing that. I've been taking the long way around. So I keep following this to the east and slightly south, just so I don't miss it. Oh, there it is. Or is that it? That's not it. I want to head east between these two land masses. the one on the left, the one on the right. There's this one on the left. I haven't really explored it all yet. I've gone around it at one point, but there wasn't much there. So I couldn't find anything really worthwhile. But I have done a lot of exploration on the boat. I went the total wrong way. I didn't want to go this way at all. I am a fool. But on the plus side, I can follow this coastline. I went straight east when I wanted to head north first. That's what happens when I don't play as often. See, when I'm playing it every day, then I have no problems remembering where everything is. But lately it's been a few days off here and there, so it's been a little bit more confusing, which is probably going to be a little bit more entertaining for watching me get lost and try to figure out where I am. Because the very last thing that I really need would be to die and lose my ship and not know where I'm at. So far I've had my longship get broken once when I was in the plains. I didn't sleep when I should have, and as a result I got swarmed by things at night, and between a bunch of Fulings and a pack of locks that have been attacking me since midday that spawned right next to my base, it was an interesting experience, to say the least. So now I'm going to be a little more careful with my next base, because that was the last one that I put together when I was trying to fight Yaglith, and that battle went super fast. So if you want to see a quick way to destroy Yaglith, 2 streams ago, not part 8 but part 7, is where I took on the Dread Beast. Okay, is this the right spot? This is the landmass I want to go around, not the one that I want to avoid or stay between. Ah, alright. Yeah, rock. See, I gotta make sure I can keep the island, or sort of the shoreline, in sight, which means I gotta dodge rocks. There. Okay. Can't see the world tree at all now. I guess I probably should have waited till the daytime and it wasn't raining, but I was hoping that the extra speed would help, but it didn't, because I got turned around. Oh, but there's the storm gone. Perfect. So that's west. I'm heading north. There's I thought I saw momentarily a serpent, but it might have been a fish. Okay, yeah, this is where I go around. There should be a mountain up there too. Don't know if it's visible from this side or not, I can't remember. But not too far up here it becomes visible. Still kind of curious how I thought I was somewhere totally different. I was correct though on my initial, if I turned right where I was talking about, that would have taken me to my Black Forest base. But that's not the direction I wanted to go. Up here there will also be another right hand turn. I do not want to take that either. I want to kind of go as straight as I can. Just this direction. And if I can continue on that heading, then it should take me across the mouth of a bay area onto another outlier of that same continent that I started on, and past an elder spawn point. And when I see that area that's extremely rocky with an elder spawn right on the water, that was a fun place to fight him actually. It made it really easy. Once I see that, then I know that I'm heading the right direction. I can take a sharp right, keep an eye out for some swamp on my left hand side, and from there I go through the swamp. There's a river that runs through it. And when I take that river, I can take another right, and that will take me down past my mountain base towards my plains base. I think my plains base is, well, it's definitely where I have to head first, because I do need the barley that's there. I really hope that I replanted a bunch. I'm pretty sure I did. I think I planted like 150. But if I were smart, I would have also brought the materials for the windmill. But I did not. But I did bring the dragon's tears, so I can make an artisan table, which will allow me to create a new windmill. Okay, so here's the rocky area. There's a little fire base that I had. It's kind of a repair station. I initially killed a serpent here, where you see the staircase there. So I built a staircase so that I could jump into the water and collect all of the sunken scales. But this is basically just a little repair station. Drive-by repairs. Little battle going on over there between some great orcs and skeletons. And this is the really rocky area, so I should be coming up to the elder spawns somewhere around here in front of me, possibly a little to the right. But it's in this area here that I want to get. So just past these rocks here, I'm going to take a right-hand side. I believe the elder spawn's just on the other side of those trees. So actually I'm going to go that way, just to see if my memory serves me correctly. That way I know if I can trust myself. I can trust myself. Oh yeah, there's the elder spawn. Right there. So yeah, that's where I got to fight the elder. I have a little base just up here on this far island that we're going past right now, and that was my fire base for fighting him. It's also where I encountered my first 1-star bear on this file, was just over there. I always find it entertaining when the monsters get into little disagreements there. Oh, there's a bear right there. I don't really want to go directly next to him. They're usually pretty good, but I really don't want to take the chance of having him deal some pretty big damage to my boat. But I do need to get through here. Okay, he seems to be ignoring me. Good. Keep ignoring me. If you are ignoring me, unless you're just trying to get a better way to get to me. Just don't worry about me. Really? I hate when the wind changes. It happens too frequently. If you watch my streams at all, you'll know that I have continuous issues with the wind changing on me when I'm at sea. But, oh well. There's not much that can be done about it for another 11 minutes. But this is exactly where I want to be. That was such a great place to fight him. The world tree is great for navigation. The trunk of it, where it meets the ground, that is the east. And the tip of it, that's relatively west. And then it also has south and north on the branches. So as long as you can see the tree, you have access to all 4 cardinal directions for navigation. And as soon as I discovered that, it made this a lot easier. I was also going to bring all of my sellables at some point too, to try to hit the vendors, but I seem to never bring them when I need them. But I've also tried to find the vendors again a few times, and I've only found Haldor twice. I managed to... I think I can get back to his spawn. I think he's on my main continent, which is still part of the same continent, but down quite a bit further to the south. So up here we can see kind of on the left, we got the whole Black Forest area. Pretty soon it's going to give way to swampland. And once it does give way to swamp, then we have to look out for a river on the left hand side, which will take us right through it. And that swamp that we're going to be going through is actually the spawn point of bone mass. So far I've been exceedingly fortunate with finding bosses. If I haven't found the boss spawn quickly, then I have managed to find some Vegvasirs exceedingly fast. That's how I managed to get Motor really quickly. I ran up a mountain and got a few things there, some onion seeds and such, and I found a Vegvasir, and on no maps, yeah, it's not going to give you a map location, of course, but what it does do is, if you don't touch the mouse at all, it'll point your camera in the direction of where the boss is. So if you can keep that same heading that it gives you, then I guarantee you will find the boss. It might be very far away, a few continents away. It could be, as was the case with me and Motor, literally just up the hill. It was probably about 500 feet away from where I was, and a little bit upwards on the hill, so it was very close. And the Vegvasir also was pretty much right next to some dragon eggs, so I had everything that I needed right there. That being said, Motor is actually probably one of the easier bosses in the game to fight, as long as you don't mind, doing a little bit of cheese with her, but yeah, she's definitely a fun one to fight. All you really have to do is hide and build a couple of bonfires, keep those repaired, and she'll just burn herself. She'll barbecue herself. And depending on how many of the bonfires you're using, it could take only a few seconds, or it could take a minute or two. But it does not take long. The Queen is an interesting boss. That's the next one. I've only ever actually fought her and killed her twice. So I don't have a lot of experience with her, but I do know that there's one way that you can kind of fight her almost through a wall, but it's not guaranteed to work all of the time, because she does detect that she can't hit you, and when she does that, she just buggers off to a different part of the base. So if you do end up doing what I will end up doing to fight the Queen, you just have to have patience and the ability to repair your stuff pretty much right outside of her spawn, which is easy enough to do because the pathway that leads up to her sealed doorway, there's a little hollow spot in it that is perfect for making a small base. So as long as you can spawn control the area, then you don't have to worry about anything. I keep meaning to check out this crypt, but not when my inventory's full and my boat's full. I don't think I've been in that one. But yeah, this is the swamp path, or river. Just in there somewhere is bone mass. I don't think you can spot them from the shoreline. I don't think I ever have seen it from the shoreline. I made my base to the south of this, which we're going to go by in a minute. Maybe a couple minutes because of the wind situation. Oh, maybe I can catch just enough of that to keep moving a little faster. Because I don't want to get too far from shore, because there is a couple of continents on the left-hand side that I haven't really fully explored yet. Although I'm pretty sure that Hildir might be just over there, but I'm not sure now, because I thought she was over there, thought she was over there. I don't have room to carry your stuff or I'd fight you. And the serpents used to terrify me in this game, but I can honestly say they really don't anymore. There's not really a fear factor with them when you can outrun them so easily. Like, as long as you have wind at your back, even on the carve at full mast, you have no problems outrunning them. Now, if it does decide to catch up to me here when I'm stuck going at paddle speed, then yeah, I might launch some frost arrows into it and see what happens. But I'm not gonna bother with that if I can avoid it, because I don't need the scales and I don't really need the meat. I hate having to rely on serpents for any sort of materials because they're such a pain to fight. The only time I reliably find them is at nighttime, and they're not as easy to kill because they like to run away when they start to get close to shore. So I can't just harpoon it and drag it up on shore as easily, because every time I try, it runs away. I gotta remember to keep up on top of eating too, because I don't want to end up in a situation where I have no health and I wind up in the water. Or if I get too close to shore. Oh, look. Sunshine again. I mean, it's a very beautiful game. Absolutely love it. I mean, even the swamp with the dying trees is still visually appealing. The only thing that I find to be a detriment in terms of the visuals in this game is the biome dividing line. I don't like how you can see it so starkly. It should be more diffused. But that's a pretty small nitpick for a pretty big game full of awesome things. I completely forgot to check my windmill for any flour that was ready. Pretty sure I might have had a whole stack of it ready. All the farming stuff. But yeah, just up there, that is my my swamp base. Not in the swamp, but near the swamp. With most exceptions, like my Black Forest base is in the Black Forest. My mountains base is outside of the mountains. My swamp base is outside of the swamps. My plains base is inside the plains. But that's mainly because I really needed to make sure that I had a way to grow barley. I haven't gotten any flax yet, though, so that's interesting. Do I need a repair? I could use a repair. So if I'm really quick here... There we go. And I know I don't have anything at this base that's worth keeping because I have checked a few times. So that's another way to keep your fire good. I've practiced a few different things. Oh, come on. Come on. There's no point in going to sail because I can't do anything when the wind's against me. Push myself a little bit off the mud. Turn a bit, straight a bit. Turn a bit, straight a bit, and that's just to avoid having my back end hit the dirt. Turn a bit. Do this. Just to get out of there. Now to the south here. This is the way that I should be going. There'll be a swamp on the right-hand side. There'll be a river on the right-hand side. That river actually is what connects to where my other boats are, where I said that the Black Forest, I could run across a little bit of a landmass and had a few boats there, but I don't do that now that I have a fully loaded longship. Well, that area is just right up here, and that connects back to all that. So that way it would have been so much quicker to be able to take, but quicker doesn't matter when you need a full boat. I would have been able to make the initial transition very quickly to this water, but then I would have had to go back, fill my inventory, come here, go back, come here, go back, come here, go back, come here, probably 5 or 6 times after deconstructing the boat and rebuilding it. So it's just not ideal. But just across from the water, the opening, or just on the other side of it's where there's a swamp, and just across there's a swamp island of sorts, kind of to the south of it, and that's where I'm heading. I want to stick to that general area. So there's the opening. So if I head just kind of over there, see, I'm apprehensive about using my motor power right now because the wind has been the same direction for a while, and it might change again shortly. And the mountain that you see on the right, that is, if I am correct, the mountain where motor spawned. And if that's the case, then I just need to make sure that I can get to that mountain area on the left-hand side of it, which will get me to my mountain base, which for a while was my second most advanced base, but I've since deconstructed most of the stuff there, just because I don't need it. Oh, I can get some wind. Perfect. It's not a lot, but I can get some. Oh, and the fog rolls in. Yeah, the weather never really cooperates with me on the ocean here, but that's okay. Definitely can't win them all, and it's the price I pay for playing a hardcore file. Now there are a couple caveats with the hardcore file aspect. Ooh, that's some big waves. Maybe I do want to use my power right now. You know what? I do. Just because that's some strong wind. That should get me moving pretty fast. Oh yeah, and somewhere along here there was a rune stone underwater. I happened to be sitting like this and a wave came up and I spotted a rune stone under the water here. If I'm correct, it's actually right around here. Oh, nice, perfect. Okay, so I think the mountain that I saw was not the actual mountain that I wanted, because there's not a big swamp on the mountain that I want, and it's just south of this mountain, or this little swamp area here. That for the longest time I thought was like completely empty until I had to go from the other side when I got slightly lost. Turns out there's actually a couple of crypts on this not in render distance, I guess. That's Motors Mountain right there. Right in front of me. Well, to the left. You can kind of see it to the left of my mast. That's her mountain there. Not over there, but over there. Which also means I am getting close to my mountain base, which is not too far from my plains base. It's essentially across the water and into a bay. I've had some pretty extreme luck with finding boss spawns. And if I haven't been able to find the spawn, then I found the Vegetaseer right away. Like, I think I only explored 2 sets of mountains. Or 2 mountains total before I found the Vegetaseer. I was only in a couple of plains before I found the Elder entirely by accident. I was just exploring on the ocean, trying to circumnavigate my continent when I found that spawn. Of course, Eikthyr was extraordinarily easy because the Vegetaseer is right at the initial world spawn. And as I was telling before, you can just use that and it will point you in the right direction. Like, it'll literally turn your map or your camera to face you where you want to go. Oh look, locks. I hate locks. I hate them so much right now. I would be so much further ahead if it wasn't for my base getting attacked by locks for like 2 days straight. I kept worrying that my bed was going to get destroyed. But thankfully it did not. So this should turn into Black Forest right away, which, right there, perfect. And not too far into the Black Forest is when we'll see a ruined tower on the right-hand side. And that's actually my mountain base, because Motor is just up there. And there's the mountain base. Can't really see too much of it, but ruined tower with a smelter. And I think I just gotta go this way. I think I just follow this coast here across the water. And then this will lead me into a bay area where my plains base is, including my plains farm, a couple of tar pits, and a fueling village I have not taken out yet because those guys are not fun to fight. Oh look, another nighttime serpent. That's the second serpent I've seen on this run when I don't usually see any. If I cared more, I'd take you out. Little drive-by repair spot. Oh, come on, waves go up. No, no, no. Of course the waves sank down just in time for me to see that there was a sandbar there. In case you're wondering what I'm doing there, I just equip my hammer real fast while I'm seated, and I can see the health of my boat. Even if I can't do anything about it, I can still see it. Alright, so in here, not too far, should be my plains base. But that one is like right in the middle of the plains. I made it not too far from Yag's spawn. At first I thought it might have been a little too close. I kept worrying that I was going to have to, well, not die because I didn't want to have to navigate my way back with a carve. This will be close, very tight. Alright. Trying to get through that area, sometimes I end up taking a little bit of damage to my boat. But not this time. See up here on the left, when this area turns into swamp of plains, there'll be one of those fueling outposts on the left, and then shortly thereafter there will be one of those fueling villages on the left. The outpost was very handy. That was actually where I got the final totem that I needed to summon Yag. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna where I'm gonna head from the plains base to try to find some mistlands. There is some water on the other side of this continent. It's very narrow where I'm going, kind of like where my Black Forest base is. I was kind of hoping to be able to go that way, so I might go around back the way that I came and just follow this coastline until it takes me back to Yaglith. So I should be able to see him from the water on the other side. But yeah, we're pretty close to where the little fueling tower is, their little outpost. It should come into view pretty fast. There it is. Then not too far from there, we will have the village, which is just kind of on the corner, if I remember correctly. And there's the Yag spawn. There's my base. And there's the village. Perfect dismount. Now I'm definitely going to want to set my spawn point here too. And I got that fire there for my meads, because I had to be able to make some meads here. What did I have fermenting? Fire resistance, nice. So now I'm going to have a few extra fire resist potions. Pretty sure I can just drop, well, not much of this. I'm going to make a new chest here just for barley. And I'm also actually going to try to sleep just so I don't get taken out by a fueling raid. Or the roving bands of fuelings that we get after nighttime. Oh, they're such a pain. Okay, so I need... Do I have any other things ready to go? No, I do not. Okay, so I'm going to put these guys in there with that, which will allow me to take these fire resist potions. Do I have anything that needs repair? Yes. So now I need to put the barley into there. I'm just going to drop some of my potions into here. What else can I drop into here? I don't really need those at the moment, because in the Mistlands you can find sausages. Don't really need one of those. And I guess I can just put those there for right now. Alright, let's see how much barley I get from this. Oof, that's only procced once so far. I don't tend to get a lot of the bonus goods when I plant. And I got 452 barley. Find the best way to plant nice straight lines. Find your line, aim down about a 45-degree angle, click and just walk and spam click. Don't really want to waste any food just for this, so... But I do need a third food. I'll make it a black soup. I should be able to get a fourth row here. Perfect. It looks like there's only one of those that is too close to grow right now. But that's okay, because as the ones next to them grow, it will be able to. Well, if I can plant 9 more, then I can make it an even 100. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So I've got 352 instead of 452. So I'd say that's a pretty good return right there. So grab that. Grab the potions. I really should grab the tin. And then I only have enough left over for 1 stack of barley. I'm going to leave those there. What do I need to make that windmill again? Okay, so I should be able to do that no problem in the Mistlands. So yeah, I'm going to head back around the opposite way that I just came. But first, not quite yet, no. I'm going to put my extra barley. It's only 100, but I'm going to put it there. And let's see here. Put that there. I don't really need to take those 2 pieces of tin with me if I have a full stack elsewhere. So I can drop that. And just see what I can do here. Is there anything that I can hold on me that I don't need? I'm on the fence about the circlet. I don't really use it very often, but it's very handy when I do. That might have to be good. Might have to just stick with the 400. That'll still give me 8 stacks of barley flour. Wind at my back, very handy. Makes it easy to get moving from that stopped position. Looks like there's going to be some fog I'm going to be going into here in a minute. The joys of sailing. Do do do. I love this game. Even just the sailing back and forth just is quite nice. I think I'm going to go around the rocky area as best I can, so I'm going to avoid that little gap there and go through this one here. Take it a little bit wide. And I'm going to head back north. I think north is where I'm going to want to head anyway, because I haven't really gone south yet, and I'm not sure how close I am to where the biomes change, but I'm not quite ready to be that far from spawn yet. Now this will probably be the final stream that I do directly to YouTube. After this, it will likely be onto Twitch, just because I've found that I haven't really seen a lot of interest directly on YouTube, and we're into 30 hours of streaming or so, and I haven't had more than a handful of viewers. At least not live. So I'm definitely going to be switching up that platform. They'll still come up onto YouTube, but they won't be live on YouTube unless I can dual stream it here and there, but I'm not sure if I can do that with my current computer setup. It's a good computer, but I don't know if it's good enough to run 2 live streams at once. I'm not sure if I can just split the stream. Oh, pardon me. So from after this one, it will be onto, as I said, onto Twitch. I'm also going to be experimenting with different times to do the streams. but they will still be on the weekends primarily. I like to at least get Sunday morning into the early afternoon, which is where we're at right now, just so that I can have a little bit of consistency with that. Alright, for once we have wind that's not working actively against me. Okay. It might be shortly because I seem to be having to turn more into it as I move along this shoreline. I wonder if Thor is kicking around. This file is the first time I've ever had an encounter with Odin as well. I was while sailing by a shore and he was standing on the shore staring at me. Not gonna lie, it's kind of creepy when that happens. Oh! 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 Ow. Oh, yeah, it's a plains. Which means I better eat something so that I don't get wiped out by a mosquito. I think this area here might be a bay based on previous explorations. If there's a mountain, yeah, there's a mountain right there. I think that's a bay. Because I thought this was where I had found Hildir before. But it turns out I was wrong. And even now at full mast with the wind, there's like nothing. So yeah, I believe that connects to that. Because just over there is not too far from my swamp base if my wits are about me, which they might not be. It's happened a few times where I've gotten completely ass backwards lost. Okay, good. Rain's coming again. Storm's going again. I guess Thor decided to take pity on me. Oh. Almost had some fish jump right into my boat. Oh, don't crash into a Leviathan. It's kind of funky. They're supposed to be part of like a larger creature, but they're just this little tiny floating island. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay, I think we're getting close to where this turns now. Oh, I love being able to do a drive-by repair. I highly recommend that everybody that plays this that has to take their boat frequently, so if you're doing a no portals run or if you're just transporting a bunch of metal that you're not portaling, I don't want to go by that troll. this might not end well. If that troll sees me, I'm in trouble. I'm gonna have to get out and fight them. They're not hard to kill. I just don't want them to destroy my boat. I'm gonna get out here and just push the front end out. Might be a little easier, a little quicker. Okay, come on. I need to turn, but I don't want to turn yet because it's central turning. And if I turn too soon, my butt end's going to fly out onto the shore. But now I'm stuck. There we go. Worth it. Okay, so go on this side of the sandbars. Avoid the troll. I can pretty much kill them in 3 hits with my sword, but I still don't want to have to deal with the damage that it could potentially do to my ship. So I think this is where I want to go inland. Follow this shoreline. Now if I'm correct, this should all be relatively new areas. I don't know if I've gone very far this way at all. That does not look familiar at all, so I think that I have not gone this way. And because of the storm, I have no idea what direction I'm heading right now, but I'm pretty sure I want to be heading east or north. But either way, I'm just going to follow the shore, like I said, and see what happens. Oh, 1 second. Alright, sorry for the radio silence there for a minute. I had one of the wonderful kids come in and say hi. Like, what are you doing? Huh, just streaming some Valheim. Okay, perfect. So now when I'm done with this, I have a plan. We're gonna go shopping and go to Tim Hortons. Okay, I think I'm where I want to be. I think, maybe. I hope this isn't a bay. Kind of feeling like a river, but I don't know. Mountain right up to the edge of the water, that's kind of funky. Yeah, so this is all new. I have not been down here yet. I believe I started to come down this way and realized that it was the wrong way because I hadn't gone through any narrow gaps like this and turned around. And in 2 seconds, I'm going to probably be annoyed. Just depending on the wind, it's likely going to be directly at my face, which is what usually happens. So I'm very, very much hoping that I can find the opposite end of the Yagluth spawner from where I was at. I don't know if I'll be able to from this side. I don't know if this water connects to it at all, but I am going to find out. So I'm just going to keep following this right-hand shoreline until I no longer can, or until I find the spawn. If I can find the spawn point, then I will be just laughing because my personal spawn's already in that location, and I will be completely set up to explore everything on this side of the continent. I want to go through there. Probably not. Can't remember where the bog witch was. She was either up here or she was down south somewhere. I remember spotting her completely. I think it was during a rainstorm. It's how I usually find most of the vendors is during the rain on these runs, like with the no map, because it doesn't call them out on the map. So you kind of have to look for the little protective bubble, which is a lot easier to spot when it's raining, because all the rain bounces off it. Okay, into some meadows areas. I'm hoping this gives way to some more familiar areas. I'm trying to avoid eating all of my lox pie, so I'm not really sure when I'll be able to get back to where I'm able to make more. But I think once I hit the Mistlands, what I'm going to do there is basically just build a new base. Ground up, make a high-level workbench, a high-level forge, get my stonecutter built, an artisan table, food prep table, stone oven, cauldron, mead kettle, all of it. As well as blast furnace, all that stuff. I'm going to try to get all that set up in a Mistlands base. Not initially, though. I think I'm going to, once I find the Mistlands, just do very standard bases, do a lot of quick explorations. Oh, plains. I'm going to get a little bit further from the shore there so I don't get attacked by a death skeeto. I've got to keep an eye out now to see if this is the right... Oh my god, is that it? Is that the Yagluth spawn? That looks like curved... That looks like the fingers. It is! It is, it is, it is! And there's all my fires over there. That is perfect. I found it. I found it, I found it, I found it, I found it, I found it. means I'm just going to make sure that I put a couple of crafting benches down around here, because I don't want to have my boat get destroyed on me. No, no. Stay away from the locks. Stay away. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yep. This is beautiful. And you can see here's where I fought Yaglith, which means my base should be just right there. Oh, that is perfect. So now what I'm going to have to do is probably create a channel, like a path, that's got as much spawn protection as I can from the enemies. But I could use some more black metal, so I should probably kill these guys. Come on, Skeeter. Perfect. I don't want needles. Go away. I'd rather have black metal. Perfect. So now I know that my boat is just on the other side of the spawn. I can put my guy to sleep after I add some wood to the fire. I don't think I have any wood. And now I do. Now I also have fire spread on, so I'm not sure if that makes a difference with crops. I haven't tested that yet. So I'm really hoping that my crops don't burn down over there. Alright. How were you able to see me where I was, you little turd? Alright. Well, I have accomplished the main part of what I wanted to do. Once I actually thought about it, I'm not going to find the Mistlands on this stream, but I did manage to get my boat back over to my plains base and across the continent without deconstructing, so I did it in a true fashion. So yeah, I am going to be cutting the stream here for now, and in the future definitely keep an eye out for me on Twitch. I will leave a link in the comments below once I have that all set up and ready to go. And yeah, in the meantime, I hope that you are all having a wonderful day, wonderful evening, wonderful afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. I hope it's a good one. Bye for now.